Hey everybody, I'm Nathan Masters from Brickset Brothers, and today I have a video. I just want to go over some of the stuff on the website called Brickset today. So let's dive right in. Alright, so the first thing about Brickset is to note that it is not an official LEGO website. It is built by a LEGO fan. I believe his name is Hugh, and he has made this a very user-oriented website. So that being said, the first thing I recommend to do is to make an account, and I'm going to go ahead and log into mine real quick. And by doing this, you'll be able to use the site for free, and you won't have all of those ads clogging it up. So I have my autofill enabled here, and I'm just going to log in. Yeah, there you go. So that brings us right to the home page, and on the home page it will give us some links to these news articles, a lot of interesting history, LEGO deals, so links to external site, and also reviews. And these are just kept up to date, current with the Steamboat Willie set that's coming out, and ideas. There's some links to marketplace sites over here, and Bricklink is another big one that I'll be doing another video about in the future. Right here we have a direct link to some Amazon discounts. Right now there's a 27% discount on the Arctic Scout truck. And another interesting thing on the home page is this random set of the day, which just picks one item from random out of the database and puts it in a nice little summary box here. So today's random set is the set number 8030 Universal set. Looks like Technic Builder Kit or something like that. There's some gears in there. Looks like you can build a lot of different stuff. That's from 1982. So again, just at random, everything in the database goes all the way back to the 50s. Pretty cool. You can find some little hidden gems in there just by looking at this when you log on. As we go down, we get some more reviews and stuff, and then at the very bottom of the website there's the site statistics that I like to look at. So it gives you a total number of items in the database, reviews written by members, some member statistics. 209,047 members are using Brickset, which is pretty cool. And then based on what the members have put into their collection, it will add up how many sets that we own collectively, how much those are worth collectively, and how many total pieces are in those collections. So that's up to 6 billion pieces. That's a lot of pieces, guys. So let me show you how the collections work. You're going to come up here, and you have these 6 tabs to kind of navigate the site. And I'm going to go to this one first, which is My Sets, and you can go to an overview of your collection. And what this will do is will kind of take you to these 2 different boxes where you have sets and minifigs. The sets that you own can be broken down. You can look at some analysis of that. And these are really cool. This is one of the reasons I first started using Brickset, because it gives you these interesting graphs. You can kind of look at things by theme or by year based on what you've put into your collection. So mine look really heavy on City and Star Wars because that's what I've collected a lot of. And then it goes down the line, and this is just number of sets in that theme that I own. So there's 3 trains sets, a couple Legoland sets in there, and then it also does percent owned of each theme. So I've bought enough classic sets to own 22% of that theme, just based on what's in the database and which ones I've put into my collection. So it gives you all of these number of pieces and value, all broken down by theme, and then if we come down here we get the same thing broken down by year. So this year so far I've put 3 sets that I own into the collection on this site. 2018 was the looks like my maximum year for sets up to date with 21, and then actually I can go all the way down here to 1974, where I have one of the older airplane little mini kits that I have put into my collection. So even though I didn't buy it in 1974 or buy it new, I still have it, the set collected, and so I put it into my personal collection, and it puts it on there as the year that it was released. And then it also will give you a number of pieces by year and by set. That's pretty cool, and the value as well. And yeah, so those just really break it down to the numbers, if that's what you really like to see, which I do. I enjoy that. But let's continue on, and I'll show you guys how to add stuff to your collection. So this first tab here is Browse. Basically, you can just browse the database. As I pointed out, there are over 15,000 items, so these tools are pretty helpful for navigating all of that. Let's just go ahead and browse sets. There we go. Yeah, so again, as soon as you get to the sub page with sets, you're going to be offered with additional options to break it down. So let's go ahead and look at that. I want to look at city sets. Okay, so it's given me a list of city sets. You can actually go into a sub-theme, but I won't do that right now. I want to break it down further by looking at city sets from 2012. Okay, and there we go. We've given it two restrictions to look at, and we're still getting 41 sets. So there were 41 city sets released in 2012, basically is what that's telling you. And then we can just browse through here and look at what's in the database. Pretty familiar. Yeah, I remember all these guys. So if I'm browsing along and I see a set that I bought, I can just go over to this little side box over here. And it's pretty easy to add something to your collection. All you have to do is click the checkbox, and it will automatically put one of the set in your collection, and then that just keeps tabs on everything, kind of on a separate page, the page that I just showed you. So that's how you will add something to your collection. You can also check it that you would like to pick this up in the future, and kind of keep a wish list going, if you will. So I've done that with a few sets that I've found on the site over the years that I would like to pick up at some point, just so that I don't forget, in case I want to know that set number or something. I can come back to this list and look that up pretty easily. Yeah, so while we're here, I'll go ahead and click on this embedded link, and it'll take us to a separate page which is really customized for an individual look at this specific set. So our heading here is set number 4202, Mining Truck, a city set released in 2012 as specified by our search criteria. And it really gives us a lot of info about this particular set. Here's some tags that you could use in your search bar if you were looking for this. It gives you a piece count, minifigure count, the retail value sold for $35, current value, if you have a new set, it's worth about $50. If you have just in your collection open, you could probably sell it for about $23, and that's just based on a collective of sales sites like eBay, Bricklink, and so on. It'll give you the price per piece, just dividing some of these numbers, the age range from the box, how it was packaged, so this was packaged in a box, dimensions, weight, barcodes, item numbers, availability, yeah, really just a ton of information that you would expect to find in a database is all located right here. And then if you want some visual, we can look at the main image, which is the default that it will go to. It will provide additional images if there's an official image of the box or some of the other box art. And Brickset is really good about trying to use official images for everything. It doesn't always work out with some of the older sets that are harder to find official images for, but pretty much everything in the last 20 years has official images. It'll summarize the minifigures, and this set just happens to have the one. Gives you a part inventory, which really getting into the details breaks it down for you. And if you notice, these are all clickable links as well, so you could actually click here and go to a whole page dedicated to this part. And there's even a way to add individual parts to your collection if you want to get that dedicated. And here's the just description from straight off the LEGO website, and it also has a 3D view built into that if you're interested. I don't use that very often. Alright, so yeah, that's just kind of a summary looking at this one set. The other thing that's really handy about this is the search function. So if you know a set number or a keyword, for example, I could type Ninjago 10, and let's see what comes up. So nothing specifically matches in the database, but if I hit enter, oh yeah, okay. Looks like it has to match specifically. So I'll go back. So if you just type Ninjago, it'll give you a list of all the things that are tagged with Ninjago. So you can go and look at the theme as a whole. You can look at sub-themes, miscellaneous related, Lego Ninjago movie, that's related as well. Or if you have a set number, you can type that in specifically. So I have 70654. And there it is, the diesel knot. So I will just go there, and here is another summary page for the specific set. And again, I just found this by typing in the set number. You could also find it by doing a narrowing search like I did before, where you just browse. You can even type Ninjago and search in a restricted area of the database. I found that just typing in the set number is the fastest, pretty much guaranteed to get you there. If you don't have the set number, there's other ways to do it, but that seems to be the most efficient. So here's a pretty much identical layout to the dump truck page, where we have our main image, additional images, and this one has these 7 minifigures that you can look at. A much larger parts list to go through, and if you'll notice, there is actually no 3D view for this one, so that's kind of like an add-on thing. Not all sets have that. We get our same information over here. This one has significantly more tags, just because there's more going on here, I suppose. And oh yeah, Brickset also gives you these direct links to buy it now in auction lots on eBay if you are like, hey, I want to buy this set, let's go do it. So there's that. Alright, the other tabs on here are this buy tab, which will link you to other sites. There's Bricklink, eBay, kind of redirects you through the site Brickset to these other ones. The forum is for some discussions, especially like revolving around set reviews. Pretty subjective, but I do enjoy reading opinions and some of the hype around the latest sets. And then this more in my menu tabs, I haven't found that I use very often. They're just kind of over here hanging out. And that's about it. Yeah, I'll go up here. So I did show you guys how to browse into your category here, but you can also go directly by clicking these tabs up on the top. So if I just click on my sets tab, that will take me right to all of the sets, and they have been given this custom tag of owned. So if I have added a set to my collection, it gets this tag, and there are 221, 206 are showing up in this list right now. So a little discrepancy, but not a huge deal. And yeah, this basically just lists out the sets that I own, and it looks like it's sorted by retail price right now. So that was the biggest LEGO purchase to date in my inventory, which I'm pretty happy I got. If you guys know, the Imperial flagship ended up skyrocketing in value. I didn't leave it in the box, I did build it, but I'm still glad that I got that one. So if you look up here on the other tabs, you can also do this for your wanted list, minifigures, and I'll go ahead and go to the parts list right now. One thing that Brickset has just done recently is they've added this function where you can manually update your parts list, kind of creating a inventory of your LEGO collection. This is a really work-intensive task, if you ask me. I don't think I'll be doing it this way, just because of how much work it is to add each individual part into the database. But if you do make that commitment, then you have all of these tools at your disposal to kind of sort and analyze that collection. Again, this would be a huge time commitment. I guess it also depends on the size of your collection. For me, it would be months to get everything in there. But if that's something you're interested in doing, Brickset now has that capability, and yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to have a database of your parts, especially if you are kind of OCD like I am, and you like have everything sorted out by part already, and you like, oh, I just want to know how many of this piece do I have. Yeah, so as mentioned, this is relatively new. They're still tagging these pieces individually and going through with that. And the cool thing about Brickset is a lot of website work, they're actually letting members pitch in and help out with that. So a lot of these pieces have been tagged by the help of members, just using their spare time to do that. And some of those tags are here in this light blue color. So the parts list will automatically update when you update it when you put in your sets, and that just breaks it down by part and adds all of that in here already. You can browse parts and add those manually as well. So if you add a set, those parts are already in your inventory. But if you just buy a box of pieces, you're going to have to add that manually if you want those in your collection. Basically, you're going to do the same thing. You can search by part number, I think 3001. It's going to give you the set, but if we hit enter, that should give us a breakdown. So here's all the sets with that number in them. But we also can scroll down to the parts list, and there it is, the 2x4, part 3001. You can just click on that, and is there a way? Yeah. So right below this kind of summary box, you can go down here, and it's broken down by color, and at each individual color you can add additional pieces. So just based on the sets that I've entered, I have 53 2x4s in white. Let's say I own additional 50. And you can just enter that manually for each color. So as I mentioned, really work intensive. Could take a while depending on the size of your collection, but Brickset now has that capability. So pretty cool. Just wanted to highlight that. And I'm trying to think if I missed anything. That about covers it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. As I mentioned, I will be doing a similar review style of the site called Bricklink, which has a lot more focus on the buying and selling of individual pieces or sets or minifigures. Really, if it's LEGO and you're looking for it, it's probably on Bricklink. So stay tuned for that video. But yeah, if you have additional questions about Brickset, go ahead and drop those in the comments, and I'll answer them to the best that I can. Highly recommend making an account for this site. It is, of course, free, and there's a lot that you can do with your collection once you have stuff entered. So, maybe spread out the work over a couple days, but once you have that in there, it's such a great bank of tools to have for a LEGO collector. Highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.